What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Sorry I missed yesterday's video. I had a power outage, but do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, join Ninja Nation, and without further ado, here are my Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I'm going to start with Javier, who had 4 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run, and relied on his fastball and slider. His fastball's been really tough to hit this year. It's one of the most highly valued fastballs in baseball, despite not being all that fast. And the reason? It's an outlier as far as vertical break. You can see in this chart from Codified Baseball, it is one of the highest vertical breaks of any fastball, meaning it keeps its plane better than most pitchers' fastballs. So hitters tend to swing under it. Javier was up against Triston McKenzie, who was brilliant. McKenzie had 8 Ks in 8 innings, giving up only 2 hits and no runs, thanks to his elevated fastballs, his curveballs, and his sliders. His ERA this year, 3.16. Most people don't remember this, but I do. Marcus Stroman offered McKenzie a Rolex if McKenzie had under a 3.7 ERA this year and over 160 innings. McKenzie's 3.16 ERA, definitely under 3.7, and he's thrown 128 innings this year, so he needs only 32 more innings to win that Rolex. You go, Tristan. Logan Webb had 5 strikeouts in 7 innings, giving up only 2 runs thanks to this filth. I mean, check out this jump back front door 2-seamer. Speaking of jump back 2-seamers, Aaron Nola had one as well, and had his dirty curveball on his way to 5 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run. Matt Manning had 7 strikeouts in 7 innings thanks to his curveball, slider, and fastball. Jesus Luzardo, the Jesus Lizard, had a really solid outing with 6 strikeouts in 7 innings, giving up only 1 hit and no runs. Brad Keller had 4 Ks in 6 innings thanks to his fastball and slider. Lucas Giolito had 5 strikeouts in 5 innings, giving up only 1 run, and featured his nasty changeups as well as his slider and fastball. Yu Darvish featured these wicked splitters and sliders, and this freeze curveball, more like Freddie Freezeman, am I right? But Darvish was actually outdueled by Tyler Anderson, who only had 3 strikeouts, but gave up no runs in 7 innings, lowering his ERA to 2.72, and he had this vicious cutter. Graham Ashcraft had dirty cutters and sliders on his way to 3 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings. Kevin Gausman threw 6 innings, giving up no runs and had 5 strikeouts, and of course had a couple of disgusting splitters. Corbin Burnes had another dominant outing with 9 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 2 hits and 1 run. Look at him absolutely dismantle Joey Votto with his cutter and changeup combo. Votto had no chance. Burns' curveball was filthy all day, and of course he had his wicked cutters. And find someone who loves you the way Corbin Burnes loves catching pop-ups. Pitchers aren't supposed to do this, but Burnes is out to show he's the best athlete on the field. You might remember earlier in the season, he caught this pop-up and sprinted all the way to the dugout. A true PFP legend. Spencer Strider had 5 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings and showcased his fastball and mean sliders. He did give up 4 earned runs in this outing, but most of it was bad luck, to be honest. Plus, the Mets did a great job of grinding through at bats. My filthiest pitcher of the day? Well, that's Jacob deGrom. Not only the filthiest, but the most dominant pitcher on the planet. Yep, deGrom is back to grab his crown. He blew this 102-mile-an-hour fastball by Matt Olson. This fastball was the fastest pitch he's ever gotten a strikeout on in his career. He had a 96-mile-an-hour slider. Let me say that again. He had a slider that went 96 miles an hour. That is truly mind-blowing. In fact, his slider was disgusting all day. It was a record-setting disgusting performance. His slider had the highest whiff rate of any single pitch by any pitcher since 2008 when they began tracking this. A 90% whiff rate. Incredible, and these overlays show you why. deGrom is a machine. He throws his fastball and slider out of the same tunnel with impeccable command. So not only do you have to guess between a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and a low to mid-90s slider, but even if you guess right, good luck. This shows you why he can be so dominant while featuring basically only 2 pitches. deGrom is perhaps the best pitcher I've ever seen. I mean, he's way up there with peak Pedro and peak Greg Maddux. Incredible stuff from DeGoat. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Jordan Hicks had this overpowering filth. Jimmy the Human Glitch Herget had this back foot slider. Nasty. Emmanuel Clase had these overpowering sliders. But my filthiest reliever yesterday, cue the trumpets, was Edwin Diaz. Diaz's slider and fastball were electric. Check out this 102 mile an hour fastball and 91 mile an hour slider overlay. Like deGrom, you can see why this is so tough. And here's Jacob deGrom and Edwin Diaz both throwing 102 mile an hour fastballs to Matt Olson overlaid. I could watch this 1,000 times. It is just totally unfair to have a team where you can have Jacob deGrom start a game and then close it with Edwin Diaz. Insanity. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. Apparently everyone knew there was no 7-second delay, except Pete Rose.
And Tony says, yo, I hit a cock-high fastball.
The all-time hit king is now also the all-time shit king.
Joe said, no shit.
That's looped out to right field.
Pretty sure we don't have a 7-second delay, so.
Ooh.
What is up, Ninja Nation? My picks of the day today are for Zach Gallen to have 7 strikeouts or more, and for Alex Wood to have 6 Ks or more. Here's the current line. What would your picks of the day be?